The night my son said, "I wish you smiled like other moms." I'll never forget that night. It was a Tuesday, one of those regular exhausting evenings where nothing seemed to go right. Dinner burned, laundry piled up, and my 8-year-old son couldn't find his homework folder. I snapped at him. Not yelled exactly, but the kind of sharp tone that makes the air go still. He just stared at me for a moment and quietly said, "I wish you smiled like other moms." Those words hit harder than anything I've ever heard in my life. I froze. My first instinct was to defend myself, to say, "I'm just tired," or "You don't understand how hard I'm trying." But looking at his little face, eyes down, shoulders slumped, I realized none of that mattered. He wasn't accusing me. He was hurting. The truth is, I haven't really smiled in years. Not the kind of smile that reaches your eyes. After my husband left 2 years ago, I thought I handled it well. I kept the house, paid the bills, did the school drop-offs, and told everyone I was fine. But somewhere in all that pretending, I turned into someone I barely recognized. A woman who functioned like a machine. Efficient, reliable, emotionless. That night, after my son went to bed, I sat on the couch in the dark and stared at the wall for what felt like I couldn't even cry. The next morning, I decided to do something I hadn't done in a long time. I took a day off work, just me and him. We went to a park, got ice cream for breakfast, and I told him stories about when he was a baby. The silly ones that made him laugh until he snorted. At one point, he looked up at me and said, "You're smiling again." I didn't even realize I was. It wasn't some movie moment where everything suddenly got better. I still get tired, stressed, and overwhelmed. But I started therapy. I started going for walks again. I started talking, really talking, to my friends. And every night since then, before I tuck him in, I make sure I smile. Not because I'm forcing it, but because I'm finally starting to feel like myself again. That night, my son said those words. It broke me, but maybe that's what I needed to finally stop surviving and start living again.